What's up, Inkie peeps? It's Adele from Inkie Quill, and I've got a bit of a demo chat art journal process video kind of thing for you today. Now, this is a new journal for my collection. It's the Dina Wakley, I'm sure it has a proper name, but it's the texture one. So it's a nice hardbound journal, and it's probably like just over an inch thick. It's quite thick, and it has different textures in it, which I've never, well, I use junk journals. Where's the junk journal? Yeah, let me just grab one. I do use my junk journal a lot to art in, like so, but all of the stuff is like basically papery. I've never really worked on canvas, like floppy canvas. I've worked on canvases, hard canvases, or bound canvas, but I've never worked on canvas or hessian. So this is, well, if I have, it's only been like little experimental pieces. So there's this white paper, which isn't, I don't know what type of paper it's meant to be. I haven't tried watercolor in it yet, but it's quite crinkly and thick and lumpy. And then there's these pages that are hessian, burlap, whatever you may call it. And then there's also pages which are canvas, like this. Now, I'm going to show you something that is frustrating me so much about this journal, and that's this. You keep shedding. You are constantly shedding, which drives me crazy. A lot of people might like it. I'm not a fan. I have cut some of the hessian out. I did cut a few out, but it just constantly peels off. So my first, I'll show you the first page that I did. I bought this while I was at a retreat, and I did a little bit in it. It's not that one. Where is it? Seriously, where is it? No. Okay, my page has disappeared. I've only done, here it is. So that was the first page that I did, and I was a wuss in that I picked the white page to work on because I was too scared to try something experimental to start off with. So it's a little picture of beans, and there was a challenge for this one. I think it was we had a paper with all different turquoise paints on it, and that was our inspiration to create something. So I did this page. Two things that I noticed so far. So the first thing is that the white pages are, the paper's bumpy. It's just like it's lumpy. It's not, it's like you've wet paper and then you've left it to dry and it goes a little lumpy, which is different to work with. I did end up gessoing, I think, this side of the page, just because I couldn't, I don't know, I just couldn't make it work. So I used some of the printables, and I think that was one from the Father's Day bonus one. I think that heart is from the 1st, from July, possibly. And I just wrote a bit of a scripty quote, and I like the end result. I really love the end result. The next page I did was this one, and there's two things I struggled with greatly. The first thing I struggled with is that I'm used to doing double pages like this. So, you know, I had two white sides here. It was easy to do. Here I had a white page and a canvas page, and my brain found it hard to make it one, I guess. So that's why I tried to do this kind of flowing over the side. That was the first struggle. The second struggle is anything that you put through this, any paint that you put through this canvas and hessian goes through. So it stuck these pages together, and it's also put paint on these, which is no problem, I'll work it out. But I can't then go and paint here because I want that part to be empty. So I've come up with a solution. I think, haven't tested it out. In theory, it probably may work. It's going to be tested out with you today. So yeah, that's one thing to be careful of. I didn't have any baking paper, waxed paper, whatever you may call it in your country, to put there. But next time I would definitely put something under the canvas page. And something else, the canvas also buckled. I don't know if you can... Oh, you can't really see it on camera, but it did buckle with the glue and the paint and everything that was going on top of it. So that was, yeah, that was different. And then I did this page in which I cut the hessian just because I didn't want those dangly bits on the side. And look, it's still freaking molting. Oh god, I'm gonna have no book left by the time I'm finished. But something that I did on this was that I painted it with white gesso first, so that's why it's rock hard, whereas usually it's very floppy. I much prefer painting it with the white gesso first. If you paint one side, it goes immediately straight through to the other side. So definitely put something down on the other page while you're painting your gesso on, because it will soak through. It's kind of good in a way because it does 2 pages for the time of one, and then you just kind of have to fix up this one. I didn't go right to the edge, but I did most of it. So I think from now on I will be gessoing all the hessian pages and also cutting some of them out. I just am not a fan, and plus if I'm sticking things on, I kind of could benefit from a bit of extra leeway with page thickness. So this one I stuck a magazine image over here and then painted it black. I did have it pink and green, but it was just too much. So then I painted it just with the Dilutions black paint, and then used my Uniballs Broad, I think it was, in the white, just to do a bit of a quote. Watercolored this, and then on the other side I watercolored an eye, which I think it's missing the eyelids down the bottom. And it's also, I did another page over here, I'll show you in a sec, but the pink, the bubblegum pink of the Dilutions bleeds through everything. So I've tried multiple times to cover this up because I don't like the pink on there. You can see it there. I think I'm going to make this into an art print for you guys. I really do like it. I just need to fix up the eye a little bit. It needs a bit of sparkle. It also needs, yeah. So I'm going to work on this one a little bit more and then turn it into an art print for the future. But I really like the black with the white over the top. And I do like the look of the hessian with a normal page, but I like it shorter. I don't think I'll be doing the whole thing. And that's where I'm going to use some of the inspiration that I got from flicking through my old art journals of the cut pages. I'm definitely going to try that in here because it's a bit difficult to work with. This was another page that I did. So over this side it's a canvas page, and I gessoed the whole thing first. You can see with white gesso, some of the gesso went through to the other side. And then I used a beautiful napkin that I stuck down. I did this quote in pencil, but I'm going to go over it with black because you can barely see it. And then I used some of the dilution sprays, but see, it buckled. Like, I'm trying to get it at the right angle so that you can see it. You add any water to these white pages and it sucks it up. That's little Adele as a little young'un. I think I look a bit like Beans there. It's the eyes. Where's the Beans picture? Now I've lost that page again. That page just keeps getting lost. So there's Archie and there's me. And then I just added a few little of the cocoa vanilla embellishments down here. So the main things that I'm struggling with are the the fraying, definitely, number one. Number two would be working with these two textures that are, they're not solid, they're floppy, the paint goes through, it bleeds, they buckle, and then also just the white paper being, I don't know, it kind of feels like handmade paper. You know how it has that different texture? I don't know. Yeah. So I haven't fallen in love with this journal yet. There's still room. I think I'm going to work in a page now and try. Oh, and there's craft too. I forgot about that. There's craft paper as well. So I'm going to see if I might jump online, have a look and see if I can find some inspiration, and I might let's do a Hessian page. Let's do this page because it's reasonably flat. So I'm going to go have a look on Pinterest or somewhere for just a little bit of inspiration for these Hessian pages, and then I will be back. So I did speed this next bit up, but all I did is I grabbed a bread and butter plate, like a side plate from my kitchen, and I just used a pencil to trace around the outside and then cut the Hessian into a round kind of shape. I'm doing this as reflective of my latest Inkie Inkie Rewind, where I looked back at my school art journals. Now I'm just adding some white gesso and I'm just kind of splodging it everywhere, and I forgot to put anything behind it, of course, so it got stuck in the end. But yep, there we go. So I just smush it around and cover up all my mistakes and I'm done. Alrighty, so the gesso has dried. Am I the right way up? That would be the word. Yep, right way up. I would hate to do that upside down. Archie's due home in like 15 minutes, so I'm only going to do a little bit now and then I can let it dry. But I was going through my stash and looking for embellishments that I thought were a bit big and chunky to use in my normal scrapbooking, and these are cut aparts from, could be Crepe Paper Heart Day, I think it was called. Beautiful collection, but just giant. And so I've decided to use them. I hope the fan's not too loud too. I have the fan on in here. I've decided to use them in kind of like a, I don't know, higgledy-piggledy kind of fashion. And then these are some acetate pieces. So under this side I need some sort of, well, I don't need, but I want some sort of colour, texture, something or other. So I think I'm going to grab my pink, what's this one called? The Rose Quartz. I think I'm going to do some of that. And do I delve into the bright purple maybe? Or the bubblegum. But then will it blend in too much? See, that's my problem. Do I go with a bit of, ooh, pink and yellow? Let's do it. Let's just go wild. The fan is making a funny, I've never turned the fan on in my new craft room, and it's making some very loud noises. Alright, a little bit crusty. There we go. So basically, I just want to, I'm just going to do some strokes, just some big, long strokes. And I love, I've got a bunny hair in that one. There's always bunny hairs in everything I do, everything I make. If you ever see a hair, it's probably a bunny hair. They're just everywhere. And I think I'm going to put a little bit on here too, just to, like, you know how I said I had that problem with them being, with the pages not being like cohesive enough. I think this is a good, and you can see I'm not even washing my brush, it's a good kind of way to bring the pages together. And like I did in that previous video, these two colors will work well together because they are both warm colors. And I think we're good to go. All right, I'm going to zap this with the heat gun and I will be back. Alright, that's all dry. So now I've decided I'd like some subtle stenciling in the background using bright cherry pie, but it's me, you know. My subtle and a minimalist subtle are quite subtly different. So I learned how to use these things properly, well, more efficiently I should say, from Diane Reevely at the class that I did, and I think I showed how to do them in that video where we made the mixed media stickers that are somewhere, that are packed still in a special spot. But all you do is you use the lid and you just get a little bit on there, and then you swirl it round and around and around. Sorry if this is shaking the tripod. Swirl it around and around until it's covering a bit more of your pad, your foam circle, your thing. And I'm just going to go in and just do, oh, I've done the dreaded thing that I hate. I'm going to pretend and make it look like it was meant to be there. I hate it when you can see the edge of stencils. I really, really do. Alright, I'm going to do a little bit over here. Oh, I think I have too much paint on there now. Okay, a little bit over here. And I'm going to try, I haven't stenciled on the hessian yet. This could be disastrous. It's not too bad. I'm going to do a tiny bit more here. Oops, move the stencil. Poop. Oh dear. Oh, Adele, just stop. Just stop, Adele. No, I cover that up alright, I think. I'm just going to do a tiny bit up here as well. Funny side story. Archie, we've discovered, we don't really watch, like he doesn't watch TV or anything. But my parents had Sesame Street on by coincidence, not coincidence, but they were flipping through the channels, and we have found out he's obsessed with Elmo, like obsessed. Elmo comes on the screen and he just starts giggling his head off. So the other day I found, I'm just going to do a bit of background stamping. The other day I found a playlist on YouTube, because we don't have normal TV plugged in. We need to. Which way does it go? That way. We need to buy an aerial cord so that we can have some normal TV. But I found a playlist online of Sesame Street songs, and oh boy, do those get stuck in your brain. They get stuck right in there. Currently I have, is it the Pentatonics? I think it's what they're called. They do that music where you sing and it sounds like you have instruments but you don't have instruments. Is that a cappella? You can see my great music knowledge here in play. I think it's a cappella. This is not working on the hessian, that's for sure. But we'll try again anyway. Yep, that just looks like little bits of dirt. But yeah, they do this, I think it's a cappella version of the, if you're a Sesame Street watcher when you were a child, the, you know, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They do a version of that. Long story short, it is embedded in my brain right now. So as I'm singing this, I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm counting the things, and it's driving me a bit crazy. All right, let's pop that one there. Sorry, that was I've been stuck home all day and I haven't had anyone to talk to outburst. But what I was getting at is, in the comments, if you are a parent or a grandparent and you have to sit through songs a lot, let me know which song do you get most stuck in your head. I'm just putting some tape on these tags. For me, it's that one at the moment, definitely. If you would like to get it stuck in your head, go search it up. It'll be there for ages. I'm actually hoping that my dad's a little bit late. He won't be. He's always on time. He's one of those people that's always on time. Because I have to get the washing in. And it's a lot easier to do that with only the bunnies to deal with, because the bunnies, I think for a long time, look, we're going on a bit of a tangent here. I'm just sticking things down. So we're going to go on a bit of a tangent story time. I think for a long time, Poppet was very confused with the washing, because it was like we were hanging our skin out, because it would smell like us, and it would still smell like us, like we would smell like the washing detergent. And she used to get really worried when we'd hang out the washing, and she would thump and be scared, and then go up to the washing and kind of like paw at it to see what it was. But now she's all good with it. Now her and Frida's favourite thing to do is to pull things off the clothesline, which is always a fun time. I guess I have all of those things to look forward to when Archie's allowed in their spot. Oh, I'm not looking forward to that. See, at the moment it's good because he's only crawling. I can contain him quite easily. But we do still have to, the house still isn't, it's far from unpacked. We still have to unpack, well, we have to kind of bunny proof the lounge room so that they can go into the lounge room. And once they can do that, then Archie's space, oh, have I put that right over the acetate? Is there a cover? There is a cover. And I've put my tape on it. Nope, there we go. Oh, goodbye tape. It was nice knowing you. Yes, so once we get that bunny proofed, then Archie and the bunnies will have their powers combined, like little Captain Planet little things, and I guarantee they will use their powers combined in some very cheeky ways. I just get this feeling that Poppet and Archie are going to be trouble. It's just the way they look at each other, like they're already conspiring to see what they can get up to. It's just this is my prediction, and in a year's time we'll see where we're at. So I'm just adding these tags down, and I think I am going to have to put the twine in them. I think it's going to bug me too much. I'm going to take the acetate covering off this first before I stick it down. Oh, and look at that, it's got paint on it. Isn't that great? Now that's going to be a hard one to stick down because, there we go. Oh, I might as well take, I want to put this one on here basically because I'm never going to use it otherwise, and I feel like sticking it on this hessian kind of gives it a bit more of a, I don't know, a reason to be there, I guess. I've got this collage box of goodies that's next to me. So I'm just going to have a little, oh, look at the bunny. Can I put that on there? Yes, I can. It's kind of just got a bit of everything in here. Might use some of that. I might use some book page. It's really handy to have something like this just with little collagey bits. There we go. Let's see what I can get up to with those pieces. All right. Oh, see, that just makes me happy just looking at that. All right. So I think the first thing, I might put some of this blue. I need to, my ATG's run out of tape, but because this is an Archie free day, well, for a few hours, I'm trying to get in as much actual filming as possible. So I know as soon as I go to load my ATG, we'll have a big fight and it won't work. I know, it's game plan. I sound like everything's out to get me today. The bunnies, the baby. Alright, then we might put that bit there. Now the reason why I'm using double-sided sticky tape is just because these are all like very papery things that I'm sticking together. If you were doing anything that was lumpy and bumpy, I would suggest doing a wet glue and having more patience than me. Next up, this is some lovely paper. This is from an old water damaged children's book, and oh, they don't make books with paper like that anymore. Oh, I really like that. I'm just going to put a bit more tape. I think I'm in luck. Archie and my dad are running a few minutes late. Let's see if I can squeeze it. I always get my... What time of day? Another question for you. I have a few questions today. What time of day are you at your peak creative, like mojo, on fire? Let's slam out some crafty stuff. What time of day is it? For me, it's definitely the afternoon, which I know is strange because normally that's when on a normal day when I'm not working, that's when I struggle to keep my eyes open, and also struggle to kind of have motivation to get up and do anything. But creative wise, my mojo kind of kicks in at like 2 p.m. and goes till late, like 8, 9, probably 9, I'd say. Oh, that's a bit pretty. This is some jelly, some tissue paper that I jelly printed, I think. Yep. Yeah, so let me know what is your optimal creative mojo time, because I just find it really interesting to see when people are at their crafty peak. Oh, that is so beautiful. I really love that. Now, what glue do I use? Do I go with the wet? I think I may have to go with the wet glue. I think it will have to be wet glue for this one. And I might have to put something on the other side. Oh, don't tell me you're clogged. Please. You are clogged. I can hear the glue in there. Oh, we're going to have... Oh, we almost had an explosion. That's all right. Yeah, I would go wet glue on this. Like I said before, I haven't really done a lot in this art journal yet, so I am still learning with these textures what is best. Oh, it doesn't seem to be going through too much. I thought it would because that gesso went through like there's no tomorrow. That's actually not too bad, but does that mean it's not sticking? That's my thought. We'll wait and see. Alright, next up I have this beautiful little tag which I want to put on. Basically, I think I have to just put a tiny squirt of glue, oh, there we go, up there, because if I use tape, it will go through. Okay. Press and hold that down. Got glue on my photo, but that's okay. We're rolling with it. We're going with the flow, and then I think I'll get my stapler and staple down here for an artsy look. And really it's just sticking it down for me. And then I've got my little bunny, and I'm going to leave a bit of the blue border for two reasons. A, it coordinates nicely with the hints of blue that are already on this page, and B, it makes it so much easier and quicker to cut out. So when Archie comes home, he's due to eat solids like straight away, so I will have to go and then oh, that's a bit cute. I will have to go and feed him, and then maybe this evening I might be able to finish this page once Aaron's home. Oh, here they are. Dad and Archie have just pulled up in the driveway, so I'm going to have to call it for now. I don't even, oh, actually, do you know what would be cool? To have it hanging off. Yes, let's quickly staple it. Quickly, Adele, quickly! Staples are great with this Hessian. That's cute. It's like a little tag. All right, peeps, I'm going to leave it here and I'll be right back. Not right back, but right back for you, but not for me. Alrighty, a few days have passed and I'm hopping back into this page. Now, I'm thinking I need something there, and the problem with this Hessian is that it is difficult to write on. So I was thinking of using one of these, I could put hashtag best friends or happy, hashtag happy. I think I might do best friends just because he is my best friend. Oh, that's a bit lame, but it's true. Now, these seem to have, like, I don't know if it's because they've been in the sun a little bit, but they've stuck to the paper, which is quite annoying. Alright, so there's my hashtag, and I think I'll overlap it onto the tag just to make it, oh, are they all like that? That's gonna drive me crazy. My other one wasn't the other day. Oh, that's gonna make me bonkers. Alright, I'm gonna pause this, stick them on, and I'll be back. Alright, we're stuck on for now. I probably should use some glue, but I'll see how we go. I found, oh, where'd it go? Oh no, I lost it. I have to find it again. I found a nice quote that I think I might write here. You're my favourite place to go to when my mind searches for peace. So I think I might write that down here. It'd be really cool to write something around there as well. But first, I think these need some doodles. They're kind of bothering me a little bit. So I'm just going to grab my 0.1 pen and just do some doodly lines around, whoops, the outside. Also just to kind of like distinguish them from one another, I guess. Oh, you know what they're missing? They're missing their tag strings. I bet all of you are saying, Adele, it's not like you do not have tag strings in your tags. Alright, that's a little bit better. I'll do the quote first. I think I'm going to do it in a thick pen. And I'm just going to go for it. You're my favorite place to go to when my mind, sorry, can't talk and write, searches for peace. There we go. Alright, I'm liking that so far. What's it missing? Maybe some hearts. I do need to punch out some more hearts because I got two different types of glitter paper One of them I don't like. It's a, I don't know, it just doesn't look as nice. It's not a chunky, I prefer a chunky glitter. I really want to get a chunky gold embossing powder. I think that would be really fun to work with, especially leading up to Christmas. I think it's quite a festive, it's a festive colour. Gold you can just use all year round. You can basically use it for almost any occasion, any time of the year. To me, gold is a neutral. I know that sounds silly, but it is. And I know you can't really, oh, about to drip glue. I know you can't really see that one very well. But I think it's sometimes nice to have pieces on your page that you have to kind of look a bit closer to find. I'm going to see if there's any little words that I feel like popping on. What about it's another beautiful day. Make life beautiful. Maybe make life beautiful. There we go. I'm just feeling like it's missing something, and usually I can kind of figure out what I think is missing, but today not so much. And I don't know why. Maybe it's because I can't doodly border this. I think what I might do is, I know I haven't done the other side, the other page. I think I'll leave that for a different time, but I am going to journal around here. And of course, I hope you can't hear that. Someone's freaking whippersnippering. They just love to get out their whippersnippers or hedge trimmers, or what was that other, the UK people, you call it something different. A whippersnipper is what you use for when you mow the grass and you want to get the long bits. I don't know what you guys call it, but you call it something cute. I think I might write. We have this joke where we say, love you always and forever, to the power of infinity, plus Bob, who is an elephant, and all of his carts of love. I know, it's cringeworthy. It's sickening how loved up that is. But we got together when we were 18, so we were still little loved up puppies back then. So I'm just going to write, love. Whoa, that's not a Y, Del. What's that? Oh, already messed it up. See, if I go too slow, I mess it up. Love you always and forever. Now this part I have to wing, kind of, because of the tag. To the power of infinity. I think I did an extra dot there. Plus Bob and all his carts. Not cartus, it says cartus. We're just going to go with it. Plus 1. That might make me feel like it's a bit better. Yeah, it just needed a little something to kind of outline that page. Oh my goodness, Mr. Whippersnipper Man. I think I'm going to have to finish my voiceover, because now there's 2 of them doing it. What time is it? It's lunchtime on a Friday afternoon. You peeps should be at work, not at home. It's not the weekend. I'm going to call this video done because that whippersnipper is getting very loud, and I think I'll have to film a video that doesn't have speaking in it. But I'm warming to this journal. Let me know if you'd like me to revisit it again, maybe do another art journal process video, choose another page for me to work on. I want to do a bit of that one. But yeah, the whippersnipper person's getting very close to my fence now. I'm going to head off, but I hope you enjoyed it. Here's, oh, you know what? It needs some Heidi shine. Mr. Whippersnipper man, you can't kick me out before I've done my Heidi shine. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your Heidi shine. Shake your Heidi shine. This is so frustrating. If you've been watching my Inkie Quill videos for a while, you will know my luck. Oh, he's right next to my craft room. You'll know my luck with the whippersnippering. And I figured, being a weekday, because most of the time it's on weekends, but I figured being a weekday, I wouldn't have to worry about that, because Archie has gone to Nana and Poppy's for a couple of hours so that I can do some filming. And of course this happens. I quite like this. I think I need to look at it as a collage book because the problem is I look at these Hessian and canvas pages and I wonder how I'm going to paint and write on them, because all of my pages kind of have writing on them and you can't do it as easily on here. So I think that's what I've been a bit worried about, but I'll come back and do some more another time if you'd like me to. I think I'm also going to remove just a couple of the Hessian pages just so that this doesn't get too fat, because it is already getting a little bit chunky. But thanks for joining me today, guys. Let me know in the comments if you've got this art journal, if you'd like to see more of it, and anything else you'd like to request. I'm always open for requests for my Patreon peeps, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye!